So what I'm going to talk about today is feminine products, my feminine issues since I've been in China. It makes it sound like a proper little... It's nothing serious. It's not Usher confessions, R. Kelly in the closet situation. It's not no. So, so I'm currently in China. I have been to China 3 times, so this is my 3rd time being in China. My first time was to Shandong in Jinan. I was there for 2 weeks, studied China, 2-week intensive Mandarin course. And my second time was in Shanghai. I was there for 2 months with the CRCC Asia internship via the Generation UK British Council. Mouthful word. And I was working there as an intern for 2 months, and then I travelled around China with the Dragon Trip for 1 month. And now my 3rd time in China, I'm in Beijing. I've been here since September. I got here with on the British Council English Language Assistant Program, and I've also signed on to stay another year with my current school. Okay, so that's the update. So what I found when I was here in China the first time was, well, I was in Shandong, so it wasn't really a massive city at the time. It was 2012, and it was probably three or 2 days before we were due to go back to the UK. And Mother Nature called, I had to answer, and unfortunately I didn't have enough tampons with me. So me and another girl that we were doing a scour around Shandong trying to find some more tampons, and for the life of us we could not find any more tampons. It was only pads galore, just everywhere. So I just thought, this is really strange. Why is there no tampons? And we just came to the conclusion that maybe because the Chinese women that we met on the trip were very coy and shy and like, oh no, I don't drink. I don't drink. No, not me. I'm very shy. So we were like, maybe that's why none of them have had the oomph to put something up there and be like, maybe it's something that is a Western thing to do. So we just thought, get some pads, be done with it. But it always has been a thing of mine of like, why? Why is the reason there are no tampons in China? I never actually found out why. So it's always been like in the back of my head. So when I came the second time, I was prepared, hunty. I was prepared. I was like, no, ain't ain't no hunting down here. So I've always been prepared when I've come to China. But even in Shanghai, I also discovered that there were no tampons where I was looking. Even in the Tesco that they had there were no tampons, just pads. And also when I've been in Beijing, I've been around in different shops, different supermarkets. I haven't found a Tesco just yet, but I will do. That is on my mission list. But I will say that I have found a Metro that is similar to like Costco back in the UK. And there were tampons there. But in there, they have 2 options of tampons. And that's it. And they were like at least 40 kwai, which is like £4. If the pound was really good, it was pound to the 10 yuan, then it would be like £4, which is a lot for a pack of 10 tampons. No, it's not happening. Someone was saying in China, the liquid that they use on the pads is not very safe. Sometimes it's different chemicals that they use, like the blue liquid that you get in pads. And I was like, is nothing safe in China? I'm like, that's just one thing. There's many on the list of different things people say are not safe in China, but when you're living here, you gotta still deal with it. So, yeah, before I came, I stocked up from Costco. So I stocked up to the high heavens, stocked up. I was like ready for this journey. My bag was overfilled, and I was like, boop, boop, boop. All the pads, all the tampons, done and dusted, because I knew being here would be a struggle to find any tampons. And I feel like wearing tampons is more efficient, especially like when you're traveling around or like when you're sightseeing out and about. And it's, even right now, it's like really hot. It was hot before it even became summer. It was hot in spring at like 30 degrees hot. The hottest it has been probably was a few weeks ago, 37 degrees. I was like, oh my God, let me climb into this refrigerator. This is not even normal. It's even worse because the air here is really bad. So you got pollution on top of heat. Is not a good combination. So you're like sweating at the same time. It's not a good thing. So I feel like wearing pads outdoors, especially in the heat and everything else, especially when you're out for a long period of time, is not as comfortable as a tampon, because with the tampon you can't really, it's not everywhere, you know. I'm going in a bit too graphically here, but you know what I mean. So yeah, I've discovered shelves full of pads in the supermarkets and the shops, but no tampons, which is very strange. But yeah, tampons in China is a rarity, really, really rare. So if you do decide to travel here, stock up in time, especially females, obviously. Male, if a man wore a tampon, would that be weird? Where would it even go? That's a whole, no. Sorry. I have these weird things that happen in my head sometimes, and a couple thoughts. Oh, help me. So yeah, if you do travel to China, that's a very highly recommended thing to do, to stock up on feminine hygiene products before you leave. And you're alright with pads, go ahead, get yourself some pads, because there's a shitload of pads, shelves galore, shitload of pads. The only thing I have a gripe with is when I did actually need some more pads, and I thought, let me actually see what these pads are like in China, is that for me back home, when you know what flow you are kind of thing, or what pad to get, there is like a little raindrop symbol here that shows you the level of not usage, but like the amount of liquid that it can hold the pad. So if it's like a full colouring of the little symbols, then you get that one for a heavy flow. If you're a light flow, then you get the one with the less coloured in raindrop symbols. But here, they go by millimeters. So if you're a light flow, get a 200 millimeter one. If you're a heavy flow, get a 400 millimeter one. And I was like, I don't really know how these numbers work. So I had to pay a pretty penny for these different pads because I had no idea what the numbers meant. I know that probably sounds really dumb, but I really didn't. So I tried different ones, tried the 200 one, the 300 one, and I recently bought a 400 one, and I'm not even lying, it was a tenner lady. I've never used a tenner lady. I'm not sure if you can use it for menstrual. I think it's only for if you need to wee a little bit, but it was a pure tenner lady. I'll show you in another clip, but it was a pure full-on 400 milliliter tenner lady pad. But yeah, they come in different lengths. Like, it looked like a proper nappy. and you've got the smaller ones. So I don't know how they decide on the shape of the pads here, because if you have a light flow, then it's like this small. If you have a medium flow, then it gets bigger, and it's like, why? I can't walk around with a 400, you know. If I'm really having a real heavy flow, then I need to go get that checked out. So put on a tenor lid and be secure in yourself. Pee a little, bleed a little. It's all in one pad. But and I was like, oh my god, there's an always. This is what I usually get back home, and this one is like an extra, you know, for those times. It's an extra heavy overnight flow, but it's a weird kind of thinner material, which I didn't really like, honestly. And then there was this one. This bad boy is like a 400 milliliter one, which is what I was on about. Looks like a tenner lady. And then I got this one. This was like 29 kwai, which is £2.90. I don't really use these ones. These ones are quite a elongated one, and they're so it took me a while to even figure out what milliliters these were, because it's in bloody Japanese. No idea what they are. Anyway, if you can read Japanese, you can see it on there, I think. And then I found, ooh, Lilettes. I don't really use these back home, but I was like, oh, they have these. I know what this is. And then Kotex are quite nice. These ones are alright. I found that they're much more similar to what Always are. They have the same kind of Always format. So I find these ones much more easier to manage, and these are like a 240 millimeter one. So going back to my tenor lady, it's not really tenor lady, but it's as big as tenor lady. These are a 400 millimeter one, yeah. So when you get it, it's like this. All right. So then I go to open it now, and I'm like, all right, okay. Fucking hell, you take it, piss. So this is literally a diaper. Can you see that? It's as big as my head. Literally. It's actually probably a good arm cast. If you break your arm, wrap around a few of these around your arm, you'll be good as gold. Anyway guys, thank you for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the video. Keep in touch. Bye. Mwah.